back in 2018. Well, on Saturday, New York police say a man was critically injured when he lost control of his Revel and crashed into a pole. Earlier this month, Nina Kapoor, a reporter for our New York station, that's WCBS, was killed in an accident while riding as a passenger on one of those mopeds, and it is believed to be the first death involving a Revel scooter. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve has been looking into the safety of these mopeds. Chris, good morning. Very sad news about Nina, beautiful girl.
Good morning, Gail. It is a sad story. Now, here is a Revel moped. And now you've seen their ridership start to go up, particularly during the pandemic as people have looked to avoid mass transit. All you need to get started is $5, a driver's license, and the app. Now, there are helmets on board. You are required to wear them, but we found a lot of people aren't. A moped relay race down a crowded Bronx street. A rider running a red, or here rolling down a sidewalk. And we found several riding without helmets. Dangerous driving on shared mopeds rented through the app Revel. Thousands are on the streets in 5 U.S. cities.
I'm honestly seeing a lot of chaotic scenes. Seeing people, drive up on sidewalks, going up streets that they shouldn't be driving up. It's a recipe for disaster, just waiting for something horrible to happen.
Dennis Flores was riding his bike in New York when that something horrible happened.
I heard a loud screeching sound from the tires, and I saw someone flying forward off of this moped.
He saw the accident that killed 26-year-old Nina Kapoor, a reporter at WCBS TV. Police are still investigating, but say neither Kapoor nor the moped's driver were wearing helmets as required by law. Revel declined our request for an interview, but expressed its deepest sympathies to Kapoor's family and is working with the NYPD. Adding in a statement, it offers free lessons, has strict safety policies in place, and riders must follow local traffic laws. The company also says each moped comes with 2 helmets, but when Carlo Prado picked up this one last week, there were none to be found.
A lot of people, I see them ride without it, but I don't, personally, that's just not something I find safe.
A safety study commissioned by Revel found 155 incidents resulting in injury or property damage in the second half of last year out of nearly 900,000 rides.
Get on!
So far this year, the NYPD says Revel mopeds have been involved in at least 25 collisions.
Is there a learning curve with a moped, or can anyone just hop on and ride?
No, I think there's absolutely a learning curve with a moped.
Kelly Nantel from the National Safety Council.
Whose responsibility is it to make sure these mopeds are safe?
It is a shared responsibility. Companies have got to provide the necessary resources and information so that riders and customers know what their responsibility is. But we as customers also have the responsibility to obey traffic laws, to wear a helmet, to drive safely.
Revel is facing more than a dozen lawsuits in New York for injuries or damage. Daniel Klanzig represents several plaintiffs.
Revel's not getting the message out to the users that these are dangerous to them, that there's a risk that's very inherent in using them. They're not a toy.
Revel warned New Yorkers it suspended more than 1,000 riders in the last month for safety violations. But accident witness Dennis Flores remains skeptical.
I definitely had thought about getting an account, and after seeing this, I definitely wouldn't.
A Revel's own safety study found that of those 155 safety incidents, about half occurred by people who had only ridden these things a few times. So some of the recommendations in the report include making training videos mandatory, perhaps requiring moped lessons for inexperienced new riders, and developing technology that would stop you from taking a ride if you aren't wearing your helmet. Gail?
All of those good advice. Chris, you hear the word moped, scooter, you think harmless, you think easy, you almost think toy-like, but these are really machines. People need to remember that.
And wear the helmet, absolutely.
Thank you very much.